Hello, hello, hello. It is our first group training in 2022. The big 2022 year, and I am super excited. We've got, we had rather, the Valentine's collection launch today. I, for one, cannot wait to get my hands on those scents because they sound amazing, along with the oils. I'm super excited for that. Needless to say, a lot of excitement is happening with this month, and I want to make sure that you guys are taking advantage of what we have going this month, because as we are super excited to jump into the brand new catalog, waiting on my supplies. I think they get here, I don't know, this week. I can't remember what day. But as excited as I am to jump into that, right, I still have to focus on January, and I don't want to do any disservice to the catalog, oops, that we have had, because this catalog has really been a really great one. We had a lot of brand new things, namely the air purifier, which was extremely exciting to have. And so many new LTOs that came out during this catalog season. It's just been really fantastic. And one of the stronger, I would say, of sales came out of September, October, and November. And that speaks volumes because our customers absolutely love the fall and winter scents. If you guys haven't been here though for a spring and summer, you're about to see all your spring and summer people getting really excited. I am one of those people. I love the spring and summer. That's really where a lot of my favorite scents live, is in there. And so I have to really contain myself. And it really takes a lot because, I mean, I am very excited, of course, to be able to see all the scents and get the new ones and all the things, right? But it's, I have to really focus myself because otherwise I will let the last month get away from me. And I don't want that to happen. And I know you guys don't want that to happen either. So make sure that you are checking out that discontinued list, right? Looking over those and then kind of cross-checking that with your order history. So going into your workstation, clicking on the order tab, going into history, you can do a whole bunch of filters. You can sort a bunch of different ways, but what I like to do is go in there and start typing in scents to see who's ordered these scents that are going away. So I kind of take the discontinued list, match it up to who ordered what, and then I will create like a template email, and I'm working on that tonight actually to get that out. So I will share that template, by the way, in the group. But I create this group or this template, sorry, not this group. I create this template. And then what I do is it makes it easy for me to simply go in there and just kind of fill in the blanks with you know, whatever scent that it is that I'm really trying to drill into with each person who's getting the emails, right? So my customer base. And so it's just another way to work a little bit smarter, not as hard. It does take a little bit of time too, because I am cross-referencing, right, on those two different things on the discontinued list and looking through that order tab. But let me tell you, when your customers start to know that you are reaching out and that you are, you know, letting them know that winterberry apple tea is leaving and they're like, oh, man, I gotta have that in my life, right? That's when not only do they start to trust you even more, but they appreciate you from that customer standpoint, right? They're much more appreciative to be able to have you to let them know that a scent that they have liked or have enjoyed is going away. You're letting them know, and you're giving them the greatest of opportunities, and that's to add it to a Scentsy club so they can always get my bar feature, right? So that's going to kind of get them through the spring and summer months, because as much as we love a lot of these scents, and I'll talk about winterberry apple tea again because I love it, but I will say That is one that I personally keep in my club all year round, simply because it's an amazing scent, but nothing is ever guaranteed back into this catalog. So as popular as winterberry apple tea might be, that doesn't necessarily mean it'll come back next fall and winter. So if I don't add it to my club while I can, I really open the door for a big opportunity of that not coming back. And for some of my customers who are just as big as fanatics as I am when it comes to certain scents, they're going to feel the same way. And so what I like to really do when I'm thinking about, okay, how am I going to talk about this with my customers? I really try and put myself as my own customer. What would I want to know from a customer standpoint? Would I want to know that my favorite things are going away? Yeah. Do I really seem to be very interested in the counter cleans when those come out and kind of snagging those as they come out in different scents? Hey, this is a good time to talk to them about that bundle and save because it's already 10% off of that bundle and save price, right? So what better time to go ahead and let them know, let's take advantage of a sale. And really being able to kind of put that personal touch on it is going to do really well. And so one of the quotes that I want to share with you guys tonight is from Mary Christensen, which I think a lot of you are very familiar with. We all love Mary. But one of her quotes that I absolutely love is, the only security you have is your own business. It's your own business. And what she really means by that is, we cannot control our team or necessarily even our customers, right? We can't control when they're going to buy. We can't control when somebody's going to join our team. But what we do have control over is our business and the attention that we put towards our business. So how we're working it. Are we being intentional? Are we really reaching out? Are we doing follow-ups? Are we utilizing systems to work for our business? Because at the end of the day, that is truly the only thing that we have control over, are our own actions and what we put into our own businesses. So that is a really great fuel for your fire if you're looking to kind of revamp or pivot with a lot of your systems or strategies as we get started into a new catalog season. Sales, obviously a major part of the business, right? Sales is really what moves all of the parts of our business. And it's the one thing that we can never stop doing. Never stop doing. Because in order to grow our business, we have to continue to have those conversations and we have to be talking about our products. Because at the end of the day, even if you have a team of 100,000 people underneath you, right? We all wish for that day, right? We're waiting for those paychecks. But until that day comes, we still have to put in all the work. And even when that day comes, spoiler alert, we still have to have a minimum of our $500 just to be able to get the bonuses off of our team, right? To be paid a title. So every single month, every single one of us, from the person who just joined last week to I'm celebrating 10 years this month in Scentsy, every single month I start over at zero. I don't have, the only guaranteed customers I have are the people who have Scentsy clubs. And even those aren't necessarily guaranteed. What if they decide to skip a month, right? They're able to do that. They have that ability. What if they decide to cancel their Scentsy club? Maybe they don't want it at all anymore. They have that ability too. So yes, I've got things that I can count on when it comes to sales, but I really have to be intentional with how I am focusing those and focusing my attention. Because I will tell you right now, Scentsy Club, you guys, we have got to be pushing Scentsy Club. Scentsy Club, not only is it a fantastic tool for our business and for our customers, because even if they just have a $30 order, they instantly are saving 10%. That's what I tell every single customer who tells me they want to order a whiff box. So that's fine, order a whiff box. But what I would like you to do, or what I would recommend you to do, is to go ahead and just start a Scentsy Club for every month, every other month, or every 3 months, and add the Scentsy whiff box to that club order. You're going to save 10% just by doing that. I can't give you a 10% off discount. I mean, unless I'm pulling it out of my own pocket, right? I'm doing a personal special. Now, every single customer can take advantage of a Scentsy club, and every single customer can save money that way. So every time somebody asks me or tells me they're interested in the whiff box, start a Scentsy club. If you don't like it, if you choose not to, right, there's no consequence. You can quit at any time. You can cancel it out. That's fine. But save money. Save money. That's what, if I was my own customer, right? That's what I would want. That's what I mean by putting yourself in your customer's shoes. What would you like to see? And we have to be focusing on those sales because, like I said, sales are what are going to get us to paid at title. They're going to help us in building a strong customer base. And it really is the oil, so to speak, that really moves the whole business along, because without sales, we're not having conversations. Same thing when it talks about having more when people talk about having more parties in our business. It is very important to be having parties in your business, because not only are you being introduced to new customers each time, hopefully, even if it's just one, but you also are opening the doors to more opportunities to connect with more people to then offer the opportunity. So the same thing when it comes to sales. I will tell you too that I have a good number of team members who started out as really good customers with me. And after about some of them, it took them a couple of months. Some of them, it took like a year of them being a consistent customer of mine. And then they decided to join. So you never know where those next team members are going to come from, where that next rock star is going to come from on your team. It could very well be coming from your customer. So you really want to let them know how well we stand out. Because at the end of the day, everybody who lives on my whole block, right, can go out right now, join Scentsy, because I don't think there's any other Scentsy consultant on my block, a couple blocks over, but not on my block, right? But they can all join Scentsy today, and we can all have sales today because we all have different customer pools. But how I treat my customers is going to look completely different from how my neighbor treats their customers. Maybe they never even say thank you when somebody orders from them. It's going to make a difference, right? To us, it's like, oh yeah, those follow-ups, those darn follow-ups. And even I get behind in my follow-ups. It is no lie. I get behind. I do this full time and I can still get behind, right? But there's no expiration limit on when to do them. I will tell you, I've done follow-ups from like 3 months prior. And I usually try and make it very authentic when I'm reaching out, when I'm doing a late follow-up, because normally I'm doing it through Amy, because that is the system that I use. That's the tool that I use to do my follow-ups. And so it's usually either in an email or a text that I'm sending it out. And if it has been that, oh my gosh, how did this fall off my radar? I didn't contact anybody and tell anybody thank you. I am reaching out and I'm saying, hey, especially right now, last month when I was doing them, towards the middle of the month, rather, in December, I was reaching out and I was upfront and honest. And I was, hey, it has just been crazy with back to school, with everything going on. I apologize for not telling you thank you sooner for your order. But I want you to know that I appreciate you and I thank you for supporting my business. So I'm not trying to hide it. I'm not trying to get away from the fact, but it's just my way of being more authentic with my customers. So even if you're behind in your follow-ups, still do them. There's no time limit, no expiration date. The secret to sales in business, if you want to know the secret, it's 3 things. And they're going to sound really familiar. Simplicity, generosity, authenticity. Those are our core values with Scentsy. Those are our core values. And if we push that into the secret of sales, then that's exactly what we need to be doing. Work smarter, not harder, right? I'm creating a template to send out to customers to let them know if Scents discontinuing, but I don't want to have to write 52 different emails, right? I want to be able to write one main email, and then yes, I will customize it for my people. And then I'm making it a little bit easier to do, right? So don't think that you have to do everything the hardest way possible. I got stuck in that for a long time. I wanted to be a really good consultant. Well, I mean, I always want to be that, right? We all do. But There was a time, and it was before I became a director, and I was really trying to just work on my sales, really trying to work on my sales. So I was trying everything I could think of to connect better with my customers at the time. And one of those ways was to start sending out birthday cards to my customers. I will tell you, it was a little hard to actually even get their birthdays from them because a lot of people don't like to share some of that information. Some did, right? But some really weren't, offering up all that information. And so I struggled with just trying to even get to the point of asking them when their birthday was. And then I would make a note in my little follow-up notebook that I had at the time. And then I would sit down and then I would handwrite birthday cards. And my whole intention was to be so authentic, right? I would pull them up on Facebook and be like, okay, I see the kids are back in school. Oh, look, her sister got married, or, whatever it was. And I'd go through and I'd take my time and I'd write out this beautiful card. Each one of those cards took me like 20 minutes because I poured so much time into looking them up and then really trying to make it personal. My intentions were great, but I still had a full-time job that I was working at the time. I didn't have the time to be that personable in my mailings. And so what did I do? I just stopped. I just stopped doing it because it got hard. And so it's one of those lessons that I've learned along the way of I can't just stop because it's hard. I just need to look for a way to make it easier for myself. So one of those ways that I do it now is, and in fact, it's in my request catch-all jot form that I use for just a lot of things when somebody contacts me about Scentsy. One of the questions in there is, what is your birthday? And then when I have that information, I put that into Amy, so I have it for follow-ups. And now I send those through Amy because it's so much easier, right? I can sit there on my phone, I can boop, 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 done. And I feel so much better about it. So even though we may have the greatest intentions, don't quit just because it gets hard. Don't quit because either it's not working or you don't feel like you're getting a response from it. Continue to do what you're doing, but maybe find a way to do it just a little bit easier, to make it more streamlined, because at the end of the day, that is the one thing that we have not a lot of, right? Is time. We don't have a lot of time. What you need when it comes to sales, one of the most important things that Scentsy gives us is our product training guide. Hands down, product training guide. And I always have mine right here next to the desk. I'm waiting on the new one to come. Purchase this. Please purchase this when you're buying your business supplies. It's like $2 or it's on sale for $1.80 right now, whatever it is, right? Honestly, I will tell you, this is like a Bible to me throughout the catalog. So on my desk at all times is a catalog and my product training guide, because when I am talking about sales, even when I'm just trying to write captions, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook or wherever I'm writing them, there are so many things that I can pull from this training guide, because I don't even know how many Instagram reels or videos or Insta stories I've done over the past 6 months of this catalog, but I can guarantee you I've done a handful of every single product in this product training guide. But especially like on the fragrance flower, like I would start to run out of things to say. I'm like, what do I talk about? It's a flower. It sits on their desk. Smells really good. Like, what else do I say? And so that writer's block kicks in. This is going to be your saving grace, because so many times have I picked this up and like one of the lines right here, simple, elegant design complements any decor, no outlet required. I was like, oh, I have a lot of customers who talk about the whole, they don't want anything that plugs in. Why am I not talking about that? Duh, it's a fragrance flower, Jacqui. Like even little things like that will make it easier to write your social marketing, to have those conversations with follow-ups when those questions come up, when you're talking to your hosts, you're doing a Facebook party, all of the things. And you're going to start to come up with different ways to talk about all the different products that we have. Because I will tell you, it can get sticky. But the 3 things that I absolutely need in my business are a product training guide, the catalog, and my workstation. Everything else in my business is because it's part of a system or it's part of a way to network. So in the network category, that would be like the Facebook groups, right? And setting those up and networking with other consultants or working on a project or doing a training course that somebody is doing and I'm getting involved in it. Everything else is going to come from those sales and how we work at those sales. And so the systems and everything else is involved in that. But it all boils down to the workstation, the catalog, and the product training guide. Those are the three things that any consultant needs to run this business and do it successfully. So we can do that very easily. So let's unpack simplicity. Your job as an independent Scentsy consultant is to sell things that smell good. That's it. That's your job. That is your full job description. Sell things that smell good. That's an awesome job description, right? Okay, so cut the fluff with everything else when it comes to your business. It took me years to get out of that word vomit stage, right? Where when somebody was interested in joining my team, what did I do? I just vomited all the information about how great it is being a Scentsy consultant, what I loved about it, all the things, da 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 da. And then they would slowly back away. Same thing with customers. They'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm interested in that new diffuser that came out. Oh, you're going to love this, right? I'd get all excited. I'd word vomit everything about the diffuser. It happens. Cutting the fluff in our business, it can really help us in the long run with sales, because I know from my own experience and from talking to other consultants, one of the main things that people get stuck on or hung up on, especially when it comes to network marketing, going online, being in social media, is trying to be perfect. Trying to be perfect. It's that, oh, I don't want to go live because I don't think I'm going to look well on the live, or I don't want to go live. I really don't know exactly what I'm talking about. I need more time to figure out what I'm going to say. Or I don't want to share this because people are going to ask me about that whole host kit and I don't really know too much about it. So I'm not going to post it because I don't want any questions. Stop trying to be perfect and stop trying to be like everybody else, because everybody else is just being themselves. Hopefully, most people are, I think, right? But the true truth of the matter is that perfection does not exist. There is no perfect consultant out there. I don't care what title they are. Nobody's perfect. We're human. We are not going to be perfect. So we hold ourselves to this high standard of, oh, I got to be like everybody else doing these reels, or I got to be like everybody else doing all this happy mail, right? And what do you end up doing? You end up talking your way either out of it or you spend too much time doing it. And it's draining and exhausting. And then what happens when you get those feelings is you're like, oh, I got to take a break. I'm done. I just feel all worn out. So you've kind of just shot yourself in the foot with everything that you were trying to do. Communication is something that we should always be working on. So communication with our customers, specifically when we're talking about sales, but also when it comes to social media, communication and social media. One of the things that I like to really share when I talk to people about going live, or even if they're recording something, or if they want to make a reel, do anything, like that, a TikTok, whatever, is I will tell them to think of a cooking show. Think of a cooking show. And I still to this day do it every single time I change the wax in my warmers. I think of a cooking show and I close my eyes and I'm picturing like Giada or somebody up there, right? And she is describing in detail how the food looks and how the food smells, and when it cooks, this is what she loves about it and the memories it reminds her of, and this is why this is her favorite meal. We could kind of do the same thing with our warmers and our products, right? Think of a cooking show, because that is one of the things, the same way that we like to joke around and be like, oh, I wish there was smell-o-vision. I wish you guys could smell this scent right now, right? It's the same people that are doing Food Network and having such success with, right? We're never tasting their food, but do we want to make what they're making? Heck yeah, we do, because they make it sound amazing and look amazing and it's cute. And oh my gosh, I got to do that. Oh, I want to make that now. Look at that dessert. It looks so easy. The same thing with what we're doing. Yes, we try and get samples out, right? And have our customers host parties so we can get the scents under their nose. We do some happy mail, right? But not every single customer is going to be able to smell everything that we're sharing. So it's up to us to describe that to them. So kind of put yourself in those shoes. Really look for those descriptive words, because that is what is going to help you when it comes to sales and breaking through. All right, generosity. I am always looking for ways on how I can save my customers money. Yes, my job is to sell things that smell good, but I think that part of my job, a good part of my job, is to help people save money on the things that they like to buy. Because I also like to save money, and I know I'm not alone in this, right? So for one, we've got the bundle and save options. And this month specifically, right? Almost all of our bundles and saves, except for the Perfect Scentsy, is 10% off. Okay? Yeah, the Perfect Scent. Everything else is 10% off. Money, saving money. I love saving money, right? The Scentsy Club, hello. All they have to do is add $30 and they'll instantly save 10%. I'm not giving them anything. That's all Scentsy. I am not doing anything except what Scentsy is giving me to work with. Bundle and saves, Scentsy Club. This is how you can save your customers money every single day of every single week. No matter what catalog it is, no matter what time of the year it is, we are always going to have those things. That's how we can save our customers money. So focus on those. Fundraisers, when we talk about generosity, I always have to talk about fundraisers. Such a great way to be able to give back either to local organizations or to things that you have that maybe are heartfelt, different ways that you can help others, things like that, right? So look for ways to support causes that are close to home, important to you, important to your friends or your family, right? Look for ways that you can do those fundraisers. The thing with fundraisers is people get very caught up in the whole concept of fundraisers. And really, if you bring it back to simplicity, I've seen people have amazing success but just doing the Scent Circle fundraisers. And it makes it really easy because you're just focusing and those customers are just focusing on one product. And then it's just picking what scents they want, right? Or another good one is, usually it's done in the fall, but really it can be done any time of year, right? Is a buddy drive for either a local school or hospital or clinic or what have you, right? It's something that can be done any time of year where they're purchasing a buddy to give to a child in need, or a child who could really need one if they are in that situation, right? So that's a really great way that we can really bring generosity in. And even though when it comes to fundraisers, how we do those is we are actually giving, right, our commission for those sales. But if you really, really get to the heart of why we do this business, simplicity, generosity, authenticity, that generosity is going to go so much farther than, oh, well, look at all that PRV I just gave up. It's not about the PRV. Because at the end of the day, let me tell you, you're going to find that not only are you helping others, but these are other people that you're getting to connect with and put into your follow-up system and be able to come back to them again when maybe we have a new catalog that launches or a new product that comes out, right? That you can then bring into your customer circle, and you never know, they may actually end up wanting to join your team down the line. All right, so authenticity. Stay true to yourself. Don't be something that you aren't. Show up consistently for your business. You have to authentically do that. If you say you're going to do something, then make sure you do it. I will say again, I am not perfect. There have been times I'm like, oh, we're going to do this, or I'm going to do this, and working with my customers. And for whatever reason, it didn't make it onto my to-do list, or I wrote it on a little Post-it note and I have no idea where that little thing went, right? I lost it. But it's okay, right? We're not perfect. I'm not aiming for perfection. I'm just aiming to be the best Jacqui I can be today. So if I can be the best Jacqui I am today, then that's a good day. And sometimes that means having to let somebody know that, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I forgot this. Don't worry, I'm going to take care of you. So don't be afraid to do that. And authenticity can also apply to our social media and to your life. And I know that a lot of you are really, really good at this, about sharing your life on social media and blending it into your Scentsy business. Because at the end of the day, that's really what we want, right? We are influencers. Whether you want to agree with that or not, we are. That is what we are doing on social media with our business and with us as authentic people, right? So when you are sharing more of yourself, not that you don't have to share the personal stuff. We're not talking about sharing the diary, right? But we're talking about sharing the things that you love. Maybe you love to cook. You'll see me. I'll be out there posting my food. I try not to do it every day, but some days, even Madison's like, you take a picture of everything you eat? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Thank you very much. Yes, I do. So do what you love and share what you love. And your customers are going to start to see that. And you're going to find that those are the ways that they're going to be able to connect with you. Remember that like, no, trust factor, right? When they start to feel like they know you and identify with you, then they're more likely to then support you in your business or buy that new thing that you're sharing that just came out that you're just like, oh my gosh, this is fantastic. Like, well, they like all the same things I do. I should probably buy that. I'll probably like it, right? Sharing what you are working on. This is one thing that I see a lot of consultants, not a lot. I won't even say a lot. Used to be a lot. I see it less and less, which is good. Where I see people who will put a post out on Facebook, let's say, and say, oh my gosh, I am so close to my goal and I have to hit this goal. Otherwise, I'm not going to be a consultant anymore. Guys, while we want to be authentic, we also don't want to look desperate. And for our customers, they probably already know that you haven't been working your business, right? Because maybe they've ordered from you and you didn't do a follow-up, and maybe they reached out to you, right? And you never got back to them with an answer to their question, or you never checked up to see if they got their order that they did order. So they already are clued in that you probably aren't working your business, or it's just not important to you. And that's something that you don't want to do. So when you are talking about hitting a goal, instead of saying, I'm trying to hit my goal for this month, or I'm trying to do this, right? Make it more about rephrasing that into your why. Why do you work your business every month, right? We know that we have a PRV goal that we're trying to hit. Most of us who are lead or above, we're trying to at least hit that 500. We're trying to get up to 2,000 so we can get that monthly sales award, so we can really maximize that paycheck, right? But we have those goals. Our customers don't really need to know what our actual goals are, right? Like, they don't want the dollar amount. They don't care about the dollar amount at the end of the day. If it's like your best friend since high school, then yeah, maybe y'all will chat in the chat about it. And oh my gosh, I'm so close. I can't believe it. I might promote, you're getting excited with them that way, right? That's different. But when it comes to those posts, and I know you guys have probably seen them too, right? Steer it more towards why you work your business or why you're pushing so hard this month, right? I've seen just last month, I saw two different consultants who were posting, and they both were talking about their children were both sick. They both had younger kids and they were both sick. One of them was actually in and out of the hospital. And so I knew, because I knew the consultants, that they were running short on their sales, right? And I knew, because we'd had a conversation, that they weren't at their 500 and they really wanted to make sure they were getting paid a title. But I really loved the way that instead of using that number, or instead of saying, I'm only $100 short, right? Who wants to help me out? Instead of doing that, she phrased it into, I've been focused on taking care of my son this entire month. The support of my business would mean the world to my family right now. It's literally what puts the food on our table. And if that didn't resonate with her customers, no, hey, I'm only $100 away from my goal is never will. That never will. You need to be sharing your why, not those number goals. That's not what is going to connect your customers to you. That's not going to be what your customers are like. Oh my gosh, I love Kimber as my Scentsy consultant, and I love getting to help her out when she's so close to her goal. That's not what your customers care about, right? They care about helping you and supporting you because they've grown a connection and they're really there for you, not for the business. At the end of the day, they don't care. They're here to support you. I'm gonna talk about the 3-letter word now. LTOs. LTOs. I know we just came out of a really hard season of limited time offers. Not a fan of LTOs. I'm not a fan of LTOs. Do I love them? Gosh, yes. Okay. I am a Disney nerd. I love all things Disney. I cannot wait for my Harry Potter next month. I'm so excited for that. But I will tell you guys right now, even after the hard season that we had with LTOs, right? Trying to remember the release dates and if this one got delayed and it's delayed, but we got a second chance and the whole thing, right? It's exhausting. So I will tell you right now, I really do not count on LTOs when it comes to my business. It's not a part of my business plan. LTOs to me are, hey, that's cherry on top for the day if I got an LTO sale or if I had a really good outpouring for a launch like today with Valentine's, right? That is a plus. That's just a bonus. Awesome. What a great week because, oh, we had an LTO that came out and it appealed to a lot of my customers. Great. Being able to do something or pull yourself away from something that can stress you out in your business is going to be heavenly. LTOs were stressing me out, not gonna lie. Stressing me out. I don't want to say I hate them because I love to hate them at the same time, right? It's that great struggle. But it's the, oh man, I know it's either going to sell out too quickly and I'm going to have to be really fast and get all those pre-orders in, or, oh, my customer doesn't get paid till Friday and I know they're really going to want this and then they're going to complain because they didn't get whatever it is, right? All I was doing was stressing myself out. And when you are running a business, if you get stressed out, and if you're anything like me, when I get stressed out, there comes a point where that wall just goes up and I just will shut down. And that's not good for me. That's not good for my business. That's not good for my family either, right? So why was I stressing about it? At the end of the day, those LTOs aren't going to make or break my business. Sure, it would be nice to have sales on those LTOs when they come out. And yes, it's going to help boost my PRV. And maybe I'll get to that monthly sales, right? But I am not going to stress myself out when it comes to LTOs. So if it is something like that that stresses you out, here, I'm going to give you permission to tell yourself, I don't have to do that, right? There are 100 different ways to work this business. You are not required to push every single product that comes out. If you find that something is giving you stress, that is your first sign that you either need to find a different way to go about it, or you need to eliminate it and maybe put something else in its place. So normally, yes, I will still, and that's not to say that when an LTO is announced that I still won't maybe put it in my Instagram stories and post a post on Facebook or whatever, right? But I really don't go all out for an LTO. I will put it out there. I will send emails to my customers. I will get the word out. That's about as far as I'll go with it. Because then what I do is I will then work with my customers more and focus more on the things that I already have, which are the things in this book, right? The things in the current catalog. I know, yes, some of them might be delayed, right? Or in a cargo ship somewhere. But for the most part, the things in this book are things that I can count on. I can work with those sales. I can help my customers make their house smell amazing with the things that I have in here. Are they going to want that LTO wax collection that came out? Probably. Do I want to order that for them? Probably. Awesome. You want to add that on? Great. Let's do that. But I'm not going to stress myself out about the LTOs. So if you get to that point, just know you have permission to be like Elsa and let it go. Just let it go. It's okay. You can still be successful in your business without an LTO. Hopefully we won't get to that point, but we do have more LTOs that are coming every single month. And so I just want you guys to really realize that at the heart of your business is you. Simplicity, generosity, authenticity. And we are here to sell things that smell good. That is really what we are all about. So if you're focusing on the things that you love, if you're sharing the things that you enjoy, not gonna lie, I personally am also stocking up, yes, I know, winterberry apple tea, but in the counter clean. Have y'all smelled this? It's fantastic. And it's going to be gone, right? It's going to be gone. So I'm going to want to make sure I get that. I'm sharing that with my customers too. I don't even know how many Snapchats I did on Saturday where I was talking about winterberry apple tea, and I was just sending them to certain customers that I know haven't ordered in like the last 60 days. And they were getting like and I'm not going to lie, I was completely goofy and silly, and it was just fun. It was fun to do, right? So they were little 15, 30-second little clips that I was just sending to some of my customers. And you know what? Every single person who I sent one to replied back. Every single person. And sometimes it was with oh my gosh, that's hilarious, you're so funny, or something. But I did get like 3 or 4 sales out of them. So that was good, right? But at the end of the day, it's just building those connections. So that way, when the next thing comes out, or when I'm talking to them about that new catalog, that connection is being built again and again and again. Remember, it's not, yes, our business is built on sales, but don't focus on the sales. If you don't get the sales, it doesn't mean that you're failing. Remember that those connections have to be there. Remember that your customers need to know that you are serious about this company, about these products. That, oh, you're just not doing this business just this month, and maybe next month you'll move on to something else, right? Your customers need to know and trust that you're going to be there for them. They need to know and trust that you do care about them and about the business and about the products themselves. They love that. And that's what they're buying at the end of the day. So when you start to think about sales, really look for those ways to connect and be authentic. I will tell you that PRV, yes, it is the lifeblood of your business. But really what it does is it builds a strong foundation for you to have a business to build off of. With customers, with follow-ups, with future team members, all the things are going to come because of those sales. So when you are struggling, when you are finding that you're just not hitting it or whatever it is, right? You feel stuck in that rut, then do not hesitate to reach out and say, how can I do this differently? This is what I've been trying and I'm not getting any responses. What's something else I can try? And I know that within this group that we will be able to help you with suggestions. And I know personally that I will look and try and find you any suggestion that I possibly can. Because I care about you guys, and I care about you guys and your why. I don't care about if you hit your numbers or not. I mean, yes, I do, right? But at the end of the day, I am here because you guys are making a commitment to yourself and your why, whatever that is, to help make that car payment, to take care of some of the bills, to get this to where it becomes a full-time income. That's what I want you guys to be able to experience and to have, Because let me tell you, after 10 years of doing Scentsy, being able to be in this place to do this full time, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Looking back, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Not only is it doing something that I just love to do, but I'm able to express myself in so many different ways, right? And I do have a creative side and I like to get creative. So that's where the happy mail comes in, right? I pour some of that creativity into my happy mail when I need connection, because let me tell you, it can get really lonely working at home all by yourself. When I need connection, I know that I can reach out to you guys and out to my other friends and have that connection. This business has given me so much more than wax and warmers. And it can do the same for you. And that's what I want you guys to get to, because that's really what it's all about at the end of the day. I love you all. I'm very excited. If you don't have your plan for the rest of the month, start working on your plan for the rest of your month. And maybe it looks like catching up on those follow-ups. Yes, I'm guilty as well. I still have to catch up on my follow-ups. So I have that down every single day on my to-do list this week. Literally written down in the planner every single day. Follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. Even if it's only 10 minutes that I spend doing them, that's fine. 10 minutes today, 10 minutes tomorrow, 10 minutes on Wednesday. I'm going to get these suckers done. So you do what you need to do in your own time, but make it a priority to put yourself and your business in front, because you're worth it. I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.